I don't know about you guys, but on my social feeds over the past few days, I have seen azelaic acid being mentioned more than I have in the past few months. And it's one of those things that you notice in trends and spurts, but I'm not mad about it because it's about damn time that azelaic acid has a moment in the spotlight. This has been an ingredient that has been around for decades, but has been really misunderstood. And we are going to clarify today what it is, how best to use it, and honestly, the 4 biggest mistakes that I see when I see you guys use it on social. Plus, towards the end of this video, in honor of azelaic acid, I have a special surprise for you guys only who are watching this YouTube video. And this surprise is only gonna last for 48 hours. So stick around towards the end because I'm gonna tell you guys a little something about azelaic acid, and I'm gonna gift you guys a little something. So without further ado, let us jump in. Let's get nerdy, get your pens and papers out, get your asses out of bed. It's time to dive in deep. Azelaic acid, what is she? Honestly, we don't really know. It's an ingredient that has been around for a long time that can really help on multiple different levels. And it's something that we prescribe as dermatologists at 15 or 20%. It is a drug that is prescribed. But if you find it over the counter in products at Sephora, Ulta, Walmart, wherever, you guys will see that it is not written as a drug. There is no over-the-counter drug fact label on this product, and it is often talked about as a cosmetic ingredient, making it a little bit more confusing because when you're talking about cosmetic ingredients, you cannot use the verbiage that you talk about to describe it as a drug. So let us clarify all of that today. Azelaic acid works for acne. It helps to minimize breakouts by killing the P. acnes bacteria. So if you have acne, great. But azelaic acid also works for rosacea. It has anti-inflammatory effects, so you can read that as anti-redness effects, and that is going to help to minimize the look of rosacea, which is really interesting because acne and rosacea are 2 very different disease processes, but they're often treated as one, but they shouldn't be. And azelaic acid is probably the only ingredient that you can really use for both in a very mind-numbing way without having to worry about repercussions. But azelaic acid also helps with my favorite topic of all, hyperpigmentation, discoloration, melasma, and it can really help to make a difference in brightening your skin. So it's going to kill bacteria, it's going to help to reduce redness and inflammation, it's going to brighten your skin. It is also going to help with your skin barrier health, allowing your skin to have the best health possible so you can look nice, supple, and intact. So it's really a multitasker of sorts for your face, your neck, your chest, but also even your arms. If you have keratosis pilaris, you can use azelaic acid on your arms to minimize the look of redness, to minimize the overall appearance of those chicken bumps on your arms. It's a silent but deadly, maybe not deadly, silent but friendly skincare ingredient that we have in our lineup that can really work in the background to help us out. Let's just jump into one of the biggest mistakes that I see you guys make is getting the percentage wrong for your issue. At 0 to 10%, it is an over-the-counter cosmetic product, but above that, it is a prescription at 15 to 20%. I like to think of over-the-counter skincare as your daily steps that you need to get in. Every one of us need to average a certain number of steps. The 10,000 number, by the way, is apparently a myth. But we need to have our maintenance steps in to stay stable or to stay at our baseline, correct? And then we go into the gym with a trainer for those special days. I don't work out every day. I don't know about you, but for me, working out is a special day, probably 3 to 4 times a week. And that's where prescriptions come in. Prescriptions are the gym, the walking is your skincare routine. And if we really have stubborn areas that we need help with, we do not judge here. If you need to go get some lipo, that is your in-office treatment. That is when you go in for the lasers, that is liposuction. Prescriptions are the gym, your over-the-counter skincare is your daily steps, right? So at 0 to 10%, we're talking about daily steps. Great for beginners, gentler, obviously not as effective, but can still make a difference. It is great for maintenance even. Once you've got that redness under control or that pigmentation under control, great to incorporate it at 0 to 10% over the counter for maintenance. But if you have more stubborn pigment, melasma, something really, really strong going on, you want to go to 15 to 20%. And that is why, personally, I have a skincare brand, for those of you who do know and do not know, called Dr. Idriss. And the major fade line is to target discoloration. And I didn't put azelaic acid in this line because to really get an effect for melasma or stubborn pigment, it should be at 15% or more. But if you have your melasma or hyperpigmentation or discoloration under control, you utilizing an azelaic acid from 0 to 10%, no one's gonna use it at 0%, you might as well not use it, up to 10% is gonna help to maintain your gains that you've already achieved. So something for you guys to think about in terms of how to utilize it and what percent matters for you and the state at which you are in terms of your rosacea, your acne, or your pigmentation. Leads me now to number 2. Number 2 is the fact that people don't really even know what it is and they think it's an exfoliating acid. And I probably think this is maybe the number 1 mistake, but I started with the other one, so it's going to be our second mistake. Azelaic acid has the word acid in it, but not every acid is an exfoliating acid. Think of hyaluronic acid, not going to exfoliate your skin. Azelaic acid is a dicarboxylic acid, which is a cell behavior modulator. It's going to change the way your cells behave, but it's not getting rid of the dead skin cells on the surface of your skin like an exfoliating acid would. The AHAs of the group, the BHAs of the group, glycolic, lactic, mandelic, salicylic. It's not going to work that way. So how does it work then? It goes in deeper into our skin to help to reduce inflammation. It also helps the way our skin cells go through the keratinization process, therefore your pores not getting clogged. It also helps to suppress, calm down abnormal melanocyte activity. Melanocytes are those cells that produce pigment. So if melanocytes are hyperactive, what's going to happen? We're going to get hyperpigmentation, and it's going to help to suppress and calm that down. So we're not going to have hyperpigmentation or more discoloration. And it gently kills, because it's a gentle killer. Those apparently exist, but it kills it nonetheless. It gently kills acne producing bacteria. But all of that takes a lot of time. And people think that when they're using a product, they need to have instant gains. But Rome wasn't built overnight. It's like losing weight. You really want to lose weight and keep it off, you got to do it slowly and consistently. And so the best results take time. It's not sexy, it's not what you want to hear, but it's the truth. And so azelaic acid doesn't work fast. And so the other mistake I see people make, and maybe this should have been a 5 mistake video, not a 4 mistake video, is that they're expecting results instantly, and when they don't see it, they start adding on harsh actives, causing a volcano to erupt on their face and basically wrecking their whole skin barrier in the process. Sometimes patience really does pay off, and with azelaic acid you have to be patient. You cannot be adding layers and layers of harsher actives on top expecting for miracles to happen overnight, because that's not the way this works. So you may not be feeling anything with azelaic acid, but the real work is getting done behind the scenes over time. And that's why I do encourage my patients, the way I'm going to encourage you guys, take pictures and incorporate actives slowly into your routine if you're somebody who is very sensitive, so you could see what each thing is doing. When I say slowly, let it be in your routine for a couple of weeks before you decide to add something or to take something out. Now, the next mistake that I see is unrelated to performance, but totally related to texture and cosmetic elegance or inelegance. A lot of people feel that azelaic acid can be gritty or that it pills. And the reality is, I even tried to put it into the major fade line until I was like, no, they just need to use prescription. And I tried several times. Azelaic acid is a powder that has to be formulated in sort of emulsion or a suspension. And when it's combined with other actives, when the water starts to dry out after you've applied the product on your face, it can pill. That powder can sit on top of your face and it can start to pill. And that's not elegant, but it doesn't mean it's not working. So if you are somebody who's experienced the inelegance of azelaic acid, then I would tell you just use it at night. We're not going to a beauty contest when you go to sleep. Nobody really cares what we look like. We can look like we have diaper rash cream on our face, which we often do, and that's fine. Whoever loves you is gonna love you regardless. So azelaic acid, save it for your nighttime routine. Don't use it in the morning if you're unable to get past the inelegance of it, or even the smell. It does have a little bit of a chalky scent to it. So I would use it at night once I get home, do my skincare routine. If I'm not going out, I'll try to do it earlier so that my face can get maximum face time with this ingredient and I can have better results and less frustration. And the last mistake that I see people make with this is that they often think it has to come in a serum step of a routine. They think that they have to use it all over their face. They don't understand that they can even spot treat with azelaic acid. If you're somebody who's breaking out, especially if you're postpartum, I got a lot of breakouts and blemishes on my jawline, neck area after my 2 babies. Azelaic acid was one of those ingredients that was very gentle and that I could use and that really made a difference for those postpartum hormonal breakouts. I wouldn't necessarily put it all over my face. I would spot treat it because I did want to use it twice a day, but I did experience the pilling and the grittiness. So I would put it on the pimples individually to help to minimize the inflammation and the redness there. But that is where my special gift to you comes in, because at Dr. Idriss, my brand, we incorporated azelaic acid into these pimple patches. And these are the only pimple patches that you're gonna find at Sephora with azelaic acid in them. So you can spot treat your stubborn blemishes, dark spots, breakout pimples, whatever it is, with these patches. So for every order over $50 on dridriss.com over the next 48 hours, so until Monday at 10 a.m., you guys are going to be receiving a free Patch-It pimple patch with every single order. So that is my gift to you guys in honor of azelaic acid honestly creeping up all over my social feed in the past few days. Hope you guys love them as much as I loved creating them. This has been a little passion project and a community request, and so therefore I'm going to gift these to every order over $50 over the next 2 days. Only for you guys here who have been watching and who stuck around till the end. You see, it pays to be patient. Hey, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned about azelaic acid. If you have questions, as always, leave them below. Let me know what your favorite azelaic acid products on the market are or is. And yeah, let me know what you guys want to learn about next week, because I'll be back next Saturday at 10 a.m. probably talking about something that I'm passionate about. I already know what I'm going to talk about. It's Melasma Awareness Month, and we're going to talk about hyperpigmentation and melasma, because that is the first pillar of discoloration that I think should get addressed, and the second probably being redness. But we will hit on that next week. I'll see you guys then. Have a beautiful Saturday.